What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel we talk everything EDC gear here. And today I have another quick unboxing video right here to share with you all. That's right. Just got this in the mail, and I'm excited for this one because if this one is what I believe it is, if the knife in here is the knife I believe it is, I do have an order for this knife that I'm waiting on delivery. There was a drop for this knife. I purchased one, and I'm waiting for them to get shipped out. So I'm excited to check out this loaner, and I know eventually I'll be getting my own, which is really fun. Now, huge shout out to WinterBladeCo for sharing this one as a pass around version of the knife, so that way we can check it out. And of course, doing the honors today, we have the Rike Cybertrix, Rike Nice Cybertrix. This is one that I've been checking out here for a little bit of time, and you know, very futuristic looking knife, very angular, very geometrical, if that's even a word, right? I think of geometry class when I think of this knife. And yeah, it's been a ton of fun, very interesting, just different style of knife. Of course, this knife, the one in the box, and every other knife you'll see in this video will be linked down below. So if you're interested in checking out prices, availability, and all that good stuff, of course, you can check those links. It does help out the channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. With that in mind, we're gonna go ahead and make an incision right over here. We got some duct tape going on. We got the little cut right there, bam, like that tip of the Cybertrix putting in work. Should be able to open it now, hopefully. You know, these small flat rate boxes from USPS, right? They got the sticky stuff. All right, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready, I'm ready. Let's see what we got in here. Am I missing some more tape somewhere? I think so. I may have. Let's see. What is going on? It's like I've never opened a box before. There we go. Bam. Here it is. Right here's a little bit of a giveaway right there. If that doesn't give it away, I don't know what does. But we have Severn on one side, Factor on the other side. We got some stickers out here as well. We have the Last Ranger, right? Swag going on. Of course, check out the Last Ranger's YouTube channel as well. And of course, shout out to WinterBladeCo for sending this one out for us to review. We got the fancy case going on, right? Let's go ahead and open it up. I'm excited for this, you guys. Very excited. Again, I put an order for this one myself, so I know this is exactly what I'm going to get here in a few weeks. Once it finally ships out, it is wrapped in this microfiber cloth. Has the WinterBladeCo logo going on there. That's pretty nice. WinterBlade Magnetic EDC. So let's go ahead and put that on the side. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Here is the Severn from WinterBladeCo. So we have titanium going on, right, on the scales here. Titanium pocket clip. Now, what's interesting about this one is we have this sort of crossbar lock meets shark lock type of mechanism, right? So it kind of works like a shark lock, but it also works like a crossbar lock. And at the same time, you have which I found very interesting, the thumb stud on the one side, which can be reversed to the other side. If you want to reverse flick, you got the nice hole right there, opening hole. So you got all kinds of things going on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing open. All right, which way should I do it first? I'm going to try this new, I believe it's called the stealth mode or something like that. I thought at first it would be very challenging to access this little tab right here, but honestly, it's not that difficult at all. And the cutout on the scales right here definitely helps your finger kind of go in deep right there. So that's not bad. Here we go. Bam. Holy smokes. Yeah, I made the right call. I made the right decision picking one of these up for myself. Holy macaroni. So we got the black titanium going on here. We got the stonewash sheep's foot blade going on. I believe, again, this one is M390, if I'm not mistaken. I don't see any steel indication on the blade. It does say WinterBlade on one side, nothing else on the show side. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, check out the pivot, sort of captive pivot on this side. Also looks pretty dope right there. And let's check out the close. I'm going to use the crossbar lock style mechanism here to close it. All right, that's pretty nice. So what this one doesn't have that the Factor had is a little bit of a ting, right? There are, from what I understand, no magnets on this one, whereas the Factor actually work with magnets. But it looks like you could probably DIY some magnets in here if you wanted to. The titanium scales are nice and hollowed out on both sides, or milled out on both sides for weight reduction. So that's pretty good. It does feel like a fairly, light knife, not too heavy, right? Not too light. So that's perfect. And you do have a pretty tall handle with this one. It is a little bit on the narrow side, but definitely a little bit tall. And you're not locked into any specific place. So with my average hands, I'm able to get a good grip right here. That feels good in the hand. And yes, you can forward choke on this thing. The sharpening choil is insane, right? Check that out. It's about where my nail is, so you can get plenty of sharpens out of this one before you even come close to developing a smile. And of course, you can forward choke to your heart's content right there. Boom. And this, is my style. If you know me, this is exactly my style of blade geometry right here. Love, love, love a good sheep's foot style blade, a good Warncliffe looking blade. And boom, for utility cuts and draw cuts, right? That tip is going to come handy all day, every day. Bam, already looking forward to that. But the action is just very, very smooth. I'm noticing that, right? Got ball bearings here. Also, the crossbar sort of section here is pretty easy to engage and disengage, right? Notice that as well. And of course, trying the, I guess it's called the stealth lock, because it kind of hides away. It looks very stealthy until you go about getting ready to use it. Then you can, very easily use that for deployment, just like that. I guess it has sort of like a ting to it, but nothing like the Factor does. All right, I get it sometimes. And of course, this is not a knife that is brand new out of the box. This one has already been making its rounds through other channels already. And this one, I think, was announced, I want to say sometime last year. And then it opened up sometime last year as well on batch 1. I did get into the Severn batch 1. I know the website is open right now for batch 2. And again, their website is going to be linked down below if you want to get in the action. I do believe these are set to be shipping out late June into July for batch 1, and batch 2 should follow thereafter. I know I'm looking like like crazy on their website, like every other week or so, just checking on any status updates for the drop on batch 1, because that's where my order is at. So let's count the different deployment options here. We got the stealth lock, which we can use to deploy and also retract the knife. We could use the crossbar section as well. We can use a thumb deployment all day, every day. Bam. And we could use the fuller, not fuller, but hole right there to reverse flick it also. If you know anything about Brian Winters, you know that the dude is a magnet guru, a knife wizard. And I first learned about his knife with the Factor. And the Factor is the one that has magnets, and it has that ting sound. It's a little bit of a smaller version of this knife. This is a larger version, and it doesn't work with magnets, but it does have the stealth lock. I think, even though I couldn't get in on the Factor because I was just, kind of fairly new to the EDC game and all that, when the opportunity presented itself for this knife, I knew I certainly had to jump on it and pick one up for myself. So that's exactly what I did. My configuration is the gray titanium with the sort of lasered blade as well. So it's a similar combination, but slightly different, of course, as far as the aesthetics of the knife and function and all that is all the same. So let's do some size comparisons, right, shall we here? Let's compare it to some of the usual suspects in the channel, of course. Here's the PM2 and the Para 3 right there. So a little bit bigger than the Para 3 and actually shorter than the PM2, but somewhere in a happy medium, right? Definitely right in the middle between PM2 and Para 3 for sure. Here's the Demko AD 20.5 and the smaller brother, the Shark Cub. And yes, it is bigger than the Demko AD 20.5, one of my all-time favorite knives, right? And of course, bigger than the Shark Cub as well. And this is what I meant, right? So this right here is the Shark lock, right? So there is some similarities of this one. And again, at the same time, it's nothing like it, right? But the fact that you can work off of the spine of the blade here, right? Also, you could make the argument, right? This next super lock works in the same way. It's a spine-based locking mechanism. So it's sort of like a blend of these two knives. So I'll give you a perfect example right here coming up next. So there's the Severn, right? So if you combine, let's say, the super lock or shark lock with a crossbar lock, right? Like on the Raccoon right there, that's when you end up with the stealth lock. And again, it's executed in such a way where the actual, back spine little section there actually tucks away, which is very unique to this locking mechanism by Brian Winters, which I believe is patented by him, of course. So yeah, I mean, it basically has the best of both worlds, that you can operate it as a crossbar lock. At the same time, you can operate it as a spine or back, super lock or shark lock. And at the same time, it hides away so that when you really bear down on the knife, you don't even feel it on your hand at all. So, I mean, when I saw Brian just, show this off and say that he was dropping it, I was like, I got to get on that. Got to jump on that wagon, and I'm glad I did. I was one of the first ones to get an order in, and I'm just counting the days here, hopefully until I get mine here very soon. But yes, you can see it's a little bit bigger than the Raccoon and a little bit shorter than the Civivi Vision FG, or probably about the same, right? So obviously you have a longer cutting length here, which is narrower. Here's a little bit taller. Here's the Civivi Sentinel Strike, the CJRB Pyrite, right? The Pyrite is very popular. And this is a little bit smaller than the Severn. The Sentinel Strike is going to be a little bit, much bigger, by about ½ an inch or so. And lastly, let's throw in here some other premium knives you should probably consider if you're thinking about the Severn, right? We have the RSKAOS from Vosteed, right? That has the top compression style button lock, right? Which is very good. You also have a flipper with that one and a hole for thumb deployment and reverse flick. And check out the Kunwu Chad, right? It has a longer cutting edge. It has a crossbar lock, and you can thumb deploy it and reverse flick it, right? And these come in for a little bit less money, both of which are actually a little bit longer than the Severn right there. But again, the idea there is just to give you a ballpark, size-wise, probably price range-wise in a way. But this one has the secret sauce, right? The combination of crossbar with, spine sort of base locking mechanism and the action is just so smooth, right? Obviously, I'm kind of dialing in how much, flick of the wrist it requires to deploy and all that. But man, this thing is going right in the pocket as soon as this video is over. You already know it. So let's do our mandatory scientific cutting test. I'm going to forward choke on this bad boy here on the sharpening choil. Let's see how it does. Yeah, that thing is sharp as can be. Absolutely very, very sharp. So let's get some slices on here. Wow, it's like very, very sharp indeed. Whoa, take a look at that, right? Did I mention this thing is sharp? And also keep in mind, it's already seen some use. So it's not like it's brand new out of the box sharp. It's after, other YouTubers have checked it out and still holding a really, really good edge. So yeah, we know I can do paper all day, every day. No big deal there. Let's check out some everyday cardboard here. This one is from an Amazon box. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular like this, but rather at an angle like that. And let's see how it does. Again, same forward choke position. All right, I'm gonna go left to right. Holy smokes. All right, full flat grind on this thing, by the way. So you know it's gonna be a very slicey blade, no doubt about that. And it's actually cutting through that cardboard like nobody's business. We even reached a section here where it was dual cardboard and it cut without any hesitation. Take a look at that right there. And now I'm gonna go a little bit more my pace. Holy macaroni. So yes, it is going to be a slicer, absolutely no doubt about that. After all, what did you expect from a full flat grind going on here, coming into a very, very thin edge? This thing is a slicer through and through, and also, again, holding a really good edge, right? I don't feel any nicks or dings on that blade at all. So you guys ready in the comments? Let me know, how sharp is this guy, right? How much of an edge has it retained? Of course, 10 being the sharpest. Sometimes I do flip it and I get the ting sound, so it's a little bit more of a hit or miss with the Severn here as compared to the Factor. But I do hear it sometimes, so that's pretty neat. I was gonna say, Amazing lockup right here. This thing is rock solid, not moving anywhere, up and down, side to side. That is some solid lockup right there for sure. Absolutely no doubt about that. I'm not sure I mentioned this already, but obviously with a sort of shark lock, super lock, and crossbar lock blend here, it does make for a very ambidextrous friendly knife. As you know, my left hand is not the best. Dexterity has left the chat when it comes to my left hand, and here I am operating the knife as as normal with my left hand. Obviously I'm a righty, but just wanted to showcase how intuitive, how easy it is to engage and disengage, open and close the knife, right? With a little bit of practice, of course, I could make it a little bit more satisfying, but again, I'm not a lefty, but I'm just enjoying it with my left hand. So if you're a lefty out there, yeah, this knife is for you too. And obviously the pocket clip can be reversed. So yeah, awesome knife. I'm already looking forward to the carry experience. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the Severn from WinterBladeCo. Again, Brian Winters, the knife wizard, doing his thing. I'm absolutely happy I picked one of these up. This loaner right here is going to live in my pocket for the next week or so before I send it forward. But man, am I excited and looking forward to getting delivered my own here very soon. So loving it already, I can tell you that much. The pocket clip is reversible as well. I just noticed that additional hole right there. And it's not the most deep carry, but it does give you something to pinch and grip, pinch and pull out of the pocket there, which is always welcome. And the alignment right there is spot on. But you guys know how these videos go. This was just an unboxing and first impressions video. I will be carrying this knife here for some time. I'll be gathering as much feedback as I possibly can. And of course, dropping a comprehensive review here in the channel very shortly. So definitely, if you're not subscribed, this will be a great time as ever to go ahead and smash that subscribe button and come to join the Miguel EDC family. And if you got value out of this video so far, right, smashing that like button definitely goes a long way. It really helps YouTube push this video to a larger audience. If you want to support the channel a step further, there's a link for Patreon down below, or you can simply support the channel right here on YouTube by becoming a channel member. You'll get access to exclusive perks. Guys, if you made it to the very end, you are the real MVP. I really love and appreciate every single one of you. Check out the video on your left there about the Vosteed RSKAOS, or the video on your right there for the Kunwu Chad. Both are amazing premium knives as well. You should also consider if you're shopping in the Severn category. Thank you so much for hanging out with me until the end. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next video, either this one or this one. Peace.